Hello folks, in this tutorial we're going to look at adding effects in Adobe Premiere Pro. Now on the timeline I've got a couple of clips that I'm going to work with, so let's get started. I've got an image here of a road sign and it's not too bad, but it's a little bit grey and a little bit washed out, so I'm going to use the effects to help strengthen the image. Now to find the effects panel you click here and we've got a series of drop-down menus. We're going to open Video Effects, and I'm going to open Color Correction. I'm going to select Brightness and Contrast, and I'm going to drag it and park it, let's try that again. Drag it over and park it on the clip like so. Now at the moment it doesn't seem to have done anything, so if you actually want to activate the controls to change brightness and contrast, click up on the Effect Control panel here. And as we can see, brightness and contrast has now been added to the clip. To adjust brightness and contrast, you can expand here, and you've got a slider where you can slide up the brightness or slide it back down again, or you can slide up the contrast and slide it back down. To reset an effect, you click on this button here, Reset Effect. Now at the moment it's a little bit grey. I mean there's good colour in it, but it's a little bit grey and washed out. I want to give it a slightly more dynamic look. I want to boost some of those colours, make it a little bit more film-like. So to do that I'm going to reduce the brightness down to about -10, give or take. If you find you can't do it accurately, you can tap in here and just type in the numerical value. And contrast, I'm going to... Oh no, sorry, I wanted -10. Let me just do that again, apologies. -10, and contrast I'm going to put up to 10. Now if you want to see the difference that the effect has made, you can click on this little FX button here. So that's with the effect on, that's with it off, and if you look at it, the image is still good. It's a little grey though, a little bit washed out. If I put the brightness and contrast effect back on, it boosts the colours. Now admittedly you do lose a little bit of detail, but it strengthens the overall range of colours in the image. To remove an effect, you just simply click on it once and hit delete. Right, let's try another effect. I'm going to go for an image I've got here in the corridor. It's been fairly well white balanced, looks good, it's got a nice natural colour to it, but I want to give it a slightly colder blue wintry feel. So we've got a range of options here in the effects panels. I'm going to stay in colour corrections because they're probably the ones that most people are going to need. And we're going to go for this one here. This is called Fast Colour Corrector. It's a fairly basic way of adjusting colour, but it's worth exploring. So I'm going to drag the Fast Colour Corrector and park it on the clip, like so. Again, to activate the effects panel, you click up on Effect Control here, and we can see the Fast Colour Corrector. We've got a little wheel that we can sort of play with. Now if you're doing any kind of colour correction, it's probably worth actually desaturating the image first, which means taking out some of the colour. So I'm going to desaturate the image down to about, I don't know, 70, maybe 60. Give or take, don't have to be too accurate. You want to leave some colour in there. You don't want to drain it down to black and white. So leave a modicum of colour that's still there. And I'm going to grab the colour wheel and just slide it down towards blue. So as you can see, the image is getting bluer. Whatever you point it to, it'll change to that specific colour. If you want to increase the magnitude of the colour, you grab here and drag that down. But again, you can really overdo it, so you want to be a little bit careful. The colour wheel's okay though, but it's a little bit basic. I'm going to sort of put that back in the centre, and actually to get it accurately back in the centre I'm just going to put, go to the balance magnification, and I'm just going to put that back to 0. There we go. I'm going to leave the saturation down though, down to about 60. I'm just going to tap that in and make it a little bit more accurate. And I'm going to actually just close now the Fast Colour Corrector. So if you actually open it one more time, just to check, I've left the saturation, as you can see, to 60. but I'm just going to close it back up because we're going to play with the curves to have a little bit more control over our colour. So we're going to go down to RGB curves here, and I'm going to drag the curves and park them on the clip like so. In the effect control panel, the curves now pop up. We've got a master, red, green and blue. And curves are quite nice sort of flexible ways of adding colour and taking colour out. So as an example, let's just pull this down a bit just to give us a little bit more room to view what we're doing. I want to add a bit of blue, so I'm going to click in the middle here, which is the mid-tone range of the colour, and I'm going to push the blue up a bit, so you can see it's adding a nice kind of minty blue to the clip. But the good thing about curves is it's not just about adding colour, it's about taking colour out. So we're going to grab red here, again on the mid-tones, and I'm going to pull red down like so. Now admittedly there wasn't much red in the image, but the more I pull it, it takes out any red that may have been there, or it certainly drains it out, and it actually makes the blue that little bit more powerful, a little bit more dynamic. Let's see it now with the curves off. There we go. So it's a good image beforehand, but now with the curves, we've given it a nice wintry feel. So these effects are quite good to sort of changing the tone, the look and the atmosphere of any video or film work you might want to make. Okay folks, I'm just going to scroll this back up just so we can get a bit of a better view of the effects panel. I'm going to just collapse that back up. Now as you can see, there's a huge range of effects to play with here. Adjust, blurring, colour, distorting images, you name it. There's keying in there as well, although in all honesty I'd recommend you do that in After Effects. The trick with them as ever is to sort of grab them, put them on clips and play with them. Some of them are a little bit redundant and a bit cheesy. Some of them are very, very good indeed. As ever, explore and find out and see what works for you. Okay folks, thanks for listening. See you in the next tutorial.